part of my regimen is just shampoo. You know, you can use any shampoo as long as it's sulfate free, and this one is all natural. I usually try to pick all natural products, and you can get this probably at Whole Foods or your local health food center or something like that. So what I did this morning is I just rinsed out all of the deep conditioner, and I put my hair in Bantu knots. I don't usually wear a Bantu knot out or any kind of braid outs like that because, like I said, I don't like single strand knots, and I get them a lot because I'm transitioning. So what I use them for is just to, when I 2-strand twist my hair, I will do this just so I can, you know, get them to stay in my hair because I'm transitioning and my ends are normally straight, which means they won't hold it won't hold a twist. So the reason I did the front like this is because I just wanted to I want to wear a beanie today, and I didn't want to Bantu knot my whole head. So when I get finished, I will show you guys, you know, how I wear my hair, or how I'm wearing my hair today. I switch it up. It's not always the same. So once you rinse out all of your conditioner and you shampoo your scalp and everything, this is how I do it. I unravel my twist carefully because you don't want to I do have a lot of shedding because I am transitioning. So when you're transitioning, you're not going to be able to stop all of your shedding, but you can minimize it, you know. And I only do this every weekend, so every Friday. So, and this is how much shedding I got. And this right here is really not that bad because this is 6 days worth of shedding, and you're supposed to shed between 50 and 100 strands a day, so it's really not that bad. Okay, so as you can see right here, you can see my new growth. All of my new growth relaxed. When I stretch it out, my new growth is, and this is the shortest part of my hair, and it reaches. Okay, so what I do now is when I take my twist out, I wash my hair with the twist in them. I have some Giovanni's Direct Leave-In. And I only use the Direct Leave-In on my wash day once a week, and I use it only on my new growth. Shh, hurry up, baby. I only use it on my new growth just to soften my new growth. I got some on my counter right here because I don't want to have to keep pouring it out the bottle. So you saturate your new growth just to get it soft and workable. And then I use the LOC method, the lock method, liquid oil and cream to seal in the oil. Okay, and after you do that, you just kind of finger detangle. I prefer finger detangling. It takes a lot of time. Like I said, I've been doing this since 10:30, and it is now a little bit after 1 o'clock. But when you do this, when you go through it with your fingers, you can see all the knots and tangles, and you can feel them better, and you are less likely to pull out all your hair when you are more gentle and take your time finger detangling. And as you can see, my hair is 2 different textures, so it gets really knotted and matted up, and you just really have to take your time getting it detangled on your wash day. And that's why you want to set apart. You don't want to rush when you do your hair. You want to have time set apart where you're not rushing and yanking all your hair out. Okay, so, but like I said, when you're transitioning, if your hair is shedding like crazy and you can't figure out how to stop it, you really can't. Until you're all the way natural, you're going to shed. And even when you're natural, you're going to shed, but just not as much as when you're transitioning. Because you have that line of demarcation right here. So your hair is weaker and more prone to shedding anyway. Okay, so what did I just put in my hair? All right. So what I use for my oil is I use my extra virgin olive oil and my coconut oil, which I have in here, and I have a little drop of vitamin E oil in it. I did have like the little tube with the squirt nozzle, but I broke it, so I'm using this. And so just work that through your hair. Saturate it. And the more you get it moist and moisturized, you'll be able to see your curl pattern come through more. Okay. Hair is shedding like crazy. And so I got the oil in, and what I use, this is one of my product staples. I use my Curl Enhancing Smoothie by Shea Moisture as my cream to lock in the moisture, the oil and the water, so it'll stay moisturized. If you only use your coconut oil and your olive oil by itself and don't use a cream to lock it in, your hair may feel dry and brittle like in no time. That's because you didn't use a cream. If your hair is still dry and brittle and if it's still breaking, you didn't use a cream. So every step of the way, I usually try to detangle, because my hair, like I said, I'm transitioning 2 different textures. So it's prone to get tangled and matted. So you want to make sure you get as many as the tangles out as you can before you twist your hair up. And since I've been doing my hair today, I've probably gotten maybe 3 single strand knots, which is not bad, because when I first started, I would cry because I wanted to just do the big chop so bad, because I couldn't figure out how to stop them. And you want to just work them out. Take your time. You get frustrated and you want to just, comb through it, but do not get a comb. Just use your fingers and keep feeling through until you get them all out. Okay, so now when I have all my product in, what I do is I take my hair, I go ahead and separate it. Being careful when you separate it, not to pull or tug, because you have to be really gentle with your hair so you can keep as much of it on your head as possible. I'm telling you, your hair will really thank you for it. Roller just keeps going in my head. And you twist, twist, twist. And when you're twisting, guys, you want to twist until you can no longer twist. And then you don't want to borrow hair from the other side of your twist if you run out. And I try to kind of keep it untangled. I normally don't use a comb or anything. I usually just use my fingers. But if you feel like you can use a comb and just with minimal tugging and breaking, go for it. But usually when I think I got most of the tangles out, I will go in when I'm twisting and try to just comb out the rest of the tangles. And so, like, you want to, when you start your twist, you want to make sure you got the same amount of hair on each side. But somehow mine never, it always comes out. I have so much more hair on this side, on one side than the other, as you can see here. So I'm just going to twist and twist and twist until I can't twist anymore. And you don't, when I first started doing this, I would take some and separate it and add it to this one to make it the same. But I quickly learned by doing that, it'll tangle your hair more. Like when you try to take your hair down. So now I just ravel it around like this. And like I said, guys, this is the front part of my hair. It's the shortest part of my hair. And you see where it goes. It's like right here. Oh. So just ravel it around. You don't want to borrow, because that will, when you get ready to take it down and redo your hair, you'll have knots and tangles galore. And you want to cry and just go ahead and do your big chop. But, alright, so I do bend 2 knots. Well, no, I said I was leaving the front down. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my flexi rods. I'm not wearing a twist out or a braid out or anything. I'm just doing this so when it dries and I take them out, my twist will stay and not unravel. But today I'll probably just wear a knit cap. Okay, last one, guys. I'm tired. Like I said, I've been up doing this since 10:30 and it is now after 1. But I only do it once on the weekend and I make sure I have time. My husband is like, "God, 3 hours, really? It takes you 3 hours?" Like, yeah, I want hair. So you have to treat your hair like a baby. You have to take time out and do it. Okay, once again, I'm going to apply my, I got hair shedding coming everywhere. But I'm going to put my Giovanni's Direct leave-in only on my new growth just to soften it up. You could do this or you could choose to leave this part out, but this is what I find works for me. I love it. I get it, like I said, I get it from the health food center where I'm at, or I'm pretty sure they probably have it at Whole Foods. We have one of them too, but the health food center is just closer. Only on my new growth. Okay, just work it in. And then after that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my olive oil, my coconut oil, and my vitamin E oil mixture. Just rub it in however much you think your hair needs. And I put that on all my hair. And then I try to make sure I put extra on my ends to keep them well oiled and moisturized because I don't want them breaking. And there is a difference, guys, between breaking and shedding. When you see hair like this, I can't show you right now, but it's like long strands of hair, that is shedding, which is normal, you know, and your hair should shed, like I said, 50 to 100 strands a day. But breaking, you can prevent breaking altogether. You don't have your hair, that's what causes your hair not to have length, is the breaking. And that's when you see the little small pieces of hair on your cabinet and in your sink like that short. That's breaking. Shedding is the long strands of hair, and shedding, that's good. That's normal because your hair is growing and it's supposed to shed. So, but if your hair is growing at a fast rate, you'll probably see a little bit more shedding. Okay, and then after I put my oil, I'm going to do the Curl Enhancing Smoothie. I'm going to just smooth it all the way in. This part right here is all the way natural. My little Michael Jackson curl popping off. Okay. And then I'm going to smooth that in just to seal in the oil and the water and everything. And then this part is pretty much detangled, I think. Okay, so I'm just going to try to hurry up. I don't want to make this a long video because I know some people got things to do. But if you're like me, I sat there. When I first got on YouTube, I sat for hours and hours and hours. My husband was so mad at me. Like, really, are you still looking at videos? Like, you don't understand. Okay. Last one, guys. And then I'll show you how I kind of disguise or hide what's going on in my world under my little knit cap. Alrighty. And this is my bangs right here. A little bit more shedding. Yeah, your hair is going to definitely shed, especially when you're transitioning. This is my bangs. They used to be right here.